morning, guys. Friday morning. Today I want to get the engine and transmission, well, not today, but in this video, get the engine and transmission installed in the frame. The idea being that I can clean up a whole corner, move the frame out of the way, bring my shop truck in and get that on the road sometime next week. So yeah, that's where we're at. I do have something cool to report though. Chuck is alive. Chuck the chipmunk is still around. I guess he was laying low because there was a cat hanging around here. But after I posted my last video, who showed up looking for peanuts? And yeah, so Chuck's still rocking and rolling, man. So that's cool. Yeah, new subscribers, thank you, and keep up the good work. You know, spread the word, and let's get it out there. So I guess I'll just grab the camera and get after it. Okay, so as you can see, the motor is in the frame, and this was this corner where all that stuff was. So I was able to move the chassis over so I could get my square body up on the hoist. Yeah, as far as the square body goes, I'm pretty much done under there. It's got a couple little things left to do, but you know, it's all been epoxied, all under the box, the frame rails, the whole bit. So you know, I'll get that out of here soon and on the road. So I've also got the transmission here. I've got to clean this up. I think this blue paint's going to come off real easy. It's flaking off as it is. Transmissions are aluminum cases, of course, and you know, if you put paint on it without using an etching primer, the paint's not going to stick. It's just going to fall off. So I think a wire brush wheel, you know, something like this one. I've got a few of them. That'll probably tear that stuff right off of there, and we'll clean it all up and prime it with the good stuff and paint it red and get that in the truck as well. Also, like I said, I had finished stripping the hood. There's some metal work to do on this thing. It's banged up down here on the nose. There's a couple other little dings here and there. This area here, I can't really hammer it out because there's a brace under the hood. I can't get to it. So I'll get the stinger out and pull the dents out that way. But overall, the hood's in pretty good shape. And then on top of that, I'm going to wrestle off the fenders and inner fenders off my old coupe, and you know, I just put them there to get them out of the way. Take them all apart, separate the grill and the inner fenders and all that stuff, and get on stripping those as well. So you know, I want to get enough stuff stripped and ready for epoxy primer, so that, you know, it's worth mixing up a batch and covering stuff up to spray. So that's where I'm at, and I guess I'll get on the transmission first. Okay, so she's pretty much done. I've got to get into a few of these nooks and crannies yet, maybe by hand with some sandpaper or something. I'm not going to worry about the pan and the bottom because I'm going to be dropping the oil and changing the filter on this thing. So I'll paint the pan when it's off. So I'm going to drop the pan when the transmission's back in the frame. So yeah, and I don't have etching primer here. I got to go pick some up, and I'm also out of the engine red, so I'll pick that up tomorrow as well. So yeah, I'm going to be done with that for now. You know, while I was working on my shop truck this week, you know, it was all scraping and wire brushing and non-glamorous, horrible, dirty work. Well, all that was going on, friend of the channel, friend of mine, gave me a call, told me he snapped his axle. It's a 9-inch Ford, and sure enough, snapped it flush with the bearing. But here's the interesting part. See how rusty it is here? This thing had a hairline crack in it for a very, very long time. It's really corroded here, pitted even. And this end also looked the same before, you know, he attacked it like a pack of angry beavers. But yeah, so this thing was being held on just by like around here. I'd say, you know, maybe 25-30% of the axle was intact. How long it's been running like this, I have no idea. But you know, I've only had one 9-inch Ford axle ever snap on me, and that was on a 71 Ford half ton that I had loaded about 3 tons on, and you know, bumper dragging, and yeah, I snapped an axle. But anyway, I had one the same length that doesn't fit any of my housings, so I gave it to him, and he's going to put new bearings on and whatever. Also, to get this out, now, you know, how would you get that out when it's flush? There was nothing to grab onto or anything. So he ended up drilling a hole, and I lent him my slide hammer. It's got a little threaded end on it, threaded tip. You know, drill a hole big enough and deep enough. There it is there. And thread the tip of that in there, and he was able to slide hammer and break it free. So yeah, it all worked out for him. So he's just waiting for bearings, and he'll be back on the road probably Tuesday. So there you go. Okay, so back on this hood. I don't know if you can see that. I've circled spots that are dents. There's 3 here. There's another pretty good one right here. And then this whole thing right here is pretty messed up along the nose. I guess it hit something right across is what it looks like to me. Kind of crushed it in here a little bit. So we're going to try and bring that back out. We're going to use a stinger. Many of you have seen me use it on this channel before, and a lot of you have not. And I'm sure some of you have seen it at other places. But I'll show you real quick what this thing's all about. It's basically a little spot welder. You take these pins, and you just place them in here, in the end, and then take the machine and zap it on there, and it welds the pin to the piece you're working on. And then you just take the slide hammer that comes with it, and it grabs onto the pin and pull out the dent. Away you go. So it's a really nifty machine. I use it a lot. It works great, and I'm super happy I have one. So you know, I'll set up the camera and show you what it's all about. So yeah, let's go to it. Okay, so you already saw me put the pin in there, and we'll start with this one right here. So when you push down on it, this all comes in, and these 2 outside edges right here touch the metal. That's grounding it out and completing the circuit. So usually, you know, depending on the size of the dent, you use 2, 3, 4, whatever it takes. Sometimes I've used as many as 20 on one dent. Okay. So, slide hammer, tighten it up. And I brought it up a fair amount. Right on. So I just use these little cutters. And one more right in the middle. Like I said, it's a great little tool, especially for dents that you can't get to the other side on, you know? Come on. There's a bend in it. Yeah, she's pretty good there. Okay. Another one here. Like I say, it's quick, works really well, and you know, it's not super invasive, easy to do. Great little tool. Okay, and we can finish off this side. Yeah, I think we got her, man. Just felt another. Oh, right there. Didn't see that one at first. Tiny one. You gotta remember back in the day, you know, these the old farmers would use their trucks as workbenches and everything else, so it's normal for them to be beat to hell. Nice. Okay, we got this side. Trim all these off. Clean up the little burrs with the mini grinder and call it done. Then we'll move on to the other side. Sweet. Okay, so that's what she looks like with the pins cleaned up. It's pretty freaking good. You know, so how long did that take? It took me maybe 4 minutes to grind the heads off those pins, and it was 5 minutes pulling the dents out, 10 minutes. So, you know, you can dick around there for a couple of hours with a hammer and dolly if you can get to it, and you know, end up with the same result. So that's the way to go. I'm going to go ahead and carry on. I'm going to finish up. I got to get this one here, and then there's some work to do on this nose, like I said, so that's going to take a bit of time, but I'll go ahead and finish that up. And then once all that metal work is straightened out, this thing's ready for epoxy primer. One other thing, there's a coating on the underside of the hood, and it actually caught fire from putting on one of these pins. Now, why you would have a combustible coating on the underside of a hood is beyond me. I mean, one little carb fire or a good backfire, and you know, there goes your truck. So yeah, we're gonna have to scrape all that crap off of there. I wanted to anyway, because we're gonna be painting the underside. So another dirty job, but whatever. Dirty jobs are my life, I guess. So there you go. You know, that hood will be ready in probably another hour's worth of work. And then I'm going to get after those front fenders. Like I said, didn't get around to it in this video, but that's next. Right after I paint my transmission and get it on the frame or in the frame. Yeah, you know, I know it's been, geez, a bit more than a week since I put out the video, but you know, I was under that square body for 4 days, just scraping and wire brushing, and it was horrible. And really, who the hell wants to see that? So I didn't bother recording any of it. I mean, I don't want to watch that. I don't even want to do it. So, but anyway, it's all done. Yeah, so hopefully I didn't wait too long to get one out. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, we'll get on the fenders, and God, I hope those damn cabs show up soon, man. I need a cab here badly. It's getting to the point where it's going to be holding me up. I mean, I can get started on a box maybe, so there'll be a fair amount of work there. But after that, I mean, I've got to have a cab, period. So I'm really hoping it gets here next week. You know, I don't know. It's out of my hands. You know, I'm at the mercy of the transportation company, and that's it. So why bitch about it? It's just the way it is. Yeah, new subscribers, once again, thank you very much. And you know, tell your buddies, tell your chums. I always say the same spiel, and you know, get the word out. That's how it works, and that's how I get my subscribers, is from you guys passing it on. And you know, if there's anything you'd like to see or have a comment on, don't be afraid to leave comments down below. I do read them all, and I do respond to them. And yeah, you know, like the channel and all that stuff. All that stuff helps the algorithms, whatever the hell they are. But it's supposed to be good. So you know, give it a shot. It's painless, and just a matter of hitting and clicking on something. That's it. You know, doesn't cost anything. I don't want any money from you or anything like that. So yeah, so I guess that's about it. You know, if you're not doing anything, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.